So I think it's time to start. Welcome to the coffee lecture from the Chemistry, Biology, Pharmacy Information Center. My name is Joji Sudolins. I'm a chemistry information specialist here, and today I'm going to present you the NIME Analytics Platform. So what is NIME Analytics Platform? It is a very powerful, free and open source tool for data science and analytics. What is so special about it is that it has a very, very intuitive graphical user interface. So if you want to do data science with NIME, you don't require almost any programming skills. Why? Because NIME has predefined components called nodes. You see them here on the right-hand side. And these are like pieces of script that you can then combine together to build a workflow, as you can see here on the right-hand side on the lower part of the screen. And this then does all kinds of actions on data. There are several hundreds nodes available in the basic distribution of NIME when you download it, and there are thousands of them available through the NIME Community Hub. I'm going to show you that later. So it's really very powerful, and the learning curve is very good. One learns really fast when one starts with NIME. Now, if you're curious about where the name comes from, NIME, it's a name for Constance Information Miner, because they started developing the program in 2004 at the University of Constance. So that's where the name comes from. Now, I'm gonna, from here on, I'm gonna do a live demo, and I'm gonna show you where you can download NIME from. So if you just Google for NIME Analytics Platform, you will end up on a page like that. And here you see, I want to move that away, sorry. It's a bit annoying. So here you see the download button. And if you click on it, you have an option to register, but you don't have to. So you just can go to download, and you'll have then the NIME for different operating systems, for Windows, Linux, and Mac. And I've done that before already. I have NIME now here on my screen, on my desktop. And I'm going to open it now. So you see how it looks like. It first asks you where you want to have your workspace. You define that with the directory you like, and then we launch. And that's how it looks like. I'm first going to go to home screen, because that's what you're going to have in the beginning. So the home screen starts with some examples of NIME workflows that you can go through yourself. I'm not going to show you those. They are very well explained. There are many more available on the NIME Community Hub. And then the important part is this local space. So if you click on the local space, you get to a place where you can build your own workflows or download them from the NIME Hub or import them from somewhere else. And for today, I prepared a very simple workflow. Since I'm a chemist and we're chemists here, I took a workflow from our NIME specialist, Alice Krebs, in which she calculated chemical descriptors like partitioning coefficients, porous surface areas, and so on, things that are needed in chemoinformatics, from a table of over 800 molecules that are here. You can see them down here that are represented with smile strings. So our goal is to use this table and a NIME node called RDKit description calculator to calculate those different properties and to then represent them visually. Yeah, so I'm going to go through that workflow first. So what we need first is an Excel reader. That's a standard NIME node. You get it with the basic installation. And as you can see here on the left-hand side, the first icon always tells you what the node does. If you search for more nodes, you can click down here and you get them. So I'm going to use that later. Let me stay now with the description. So this is an Excel reader. And the most difficult part when building NIME workflows is to configure them correctly. So when you use a node, you need to click here on this little wheel. And define where the files are read from, what kind of data are read, and so on and so forth. So this has to be done correctly in order to make it work. And if it's configured correctly, then actually what you'll have is this yellow light here, meaning that it's ready to be executed. And if you want to execute just this node, you click on a little arrow, and then the light is turned green, and the data is in this case read in. Now, to use the RDKit to calculate descriptors, I of course need to tell the RDKit what all these strings are. And for that, I need a node which is called molecule typecast that just basically changes the data type to smiles. So this is now very chemistry specific. So what I need to do here is say that in the column smiles canonical, we actually have as a structure type, we have smiles and not smarts or INCHI or some other kind of codes. Yeah. So I define the data here. And once this is done, I can also execute that node. So it's green now, and it has been now properly read to be used with this RDKit descriptor calculation. Now you can imagine this is a tool that is used in chemoinformatics, so it doesn't come with a basic installation of NIME. But that's not a problem, because if you need extra nodes, you can just go to menu, and then you have here install extensions. And you can search for all kinds of extensions that you can install to make more specific workflows. So here we have bioinformatics extensions, chemoinformatics extensions, and so on. So RDKit is one of those. And I'm going to show you here the settings are a bit more complicated because you have to, of course, decide which kind of properties you want to calculate, and then you add them to the right-hand side. So for example, I'm going to calculate partitioning coefficients, molecular reactivity, surface areas, and so on. So this is just an example that has been once used in a workshop, and I think it's a very nice one for a coffee lecture. So once I have all the settings ready, I can again execute it. So we turn the light turned green. The properties have been calculated, and if I click now on the node, you can see them already now here. You can see the table. And then one can go on. One can say, yeah, now I would like to color the molecules according to certain properties. And now here we also have different options. So in the settings at the moment, I color by activity, and I say that all the molecules that are active in this Excel spreadsheet should be orange and inactive blue. This will now be, of course, important when I will start to visualize. And now in the default, so in this flow that I've downloaded, Alice has used a parallel coordinates plot. It's a very special type of plot to present the data. So let me execute that one, and you will see what this is. So this is a plot of different chemical properties for different compounds, and you can see active and inactive are in blue. I'm not going to go in details here. And then I have here just a simple output node CSV writer that will write me a table. So if I execute that one, let's have a look. This is going to be written here in documents. Let me show you. NIME results. So then a table of the results that I've just calculated is written. So this is one of the possible outputs. And I would like now, I have still a couple of minutes. Let me add another node here. So maybe you want another type of visualization. So I'm going to go here on the left-hand side to this icon. And here I have nodes for input output, for data manipulation, for views. So let me say, I would actually like to have a simple line plot of what I've calculated. So all you need to do to include it is basically drag and drop it here. Now without the mouse, it's a bit more difficult, like that. And then you can see what happened now. I dropped the node into the workbench, and now it's red. Of course, because it can't get any data from anywhere, so it's not configured. So if I want to actually start working with it, I have to tell it where the data is going to come from. So here it is. Now it's turned yellow, and I can have a look here, and again specify what I want to plot and what the x-axis will be, and so on. Yeah, so I have here all the options for plotting. Yellow means it's ready. I can execute it, and then I get now a line plot of different properties now for different molecules. X-axis is ID. Since we have 800 molecules, of course, that gets very busy, but just for the purpose of demonstration, I wanted to show you how this all works. So that's the user interface. It's super simple. If I click here on reset, all the nodes will be reset at once. Reset all, yeah, so now they are all yellow. This one complains because he didn't get the data yet, and this then also complain because they can't work yet. And I can go on execute all because I'm confident that it all works. And indeed, we got green until the end. So that's as much as I can do of a live demo. I'm going to go back now to home. So I showed you this as for example, if you would like to see something non-chemical, here's a workflow very well described, where the goal is to calculate the volume of your furniture that you have at home, in kitchen and in living room, if you're moving, so that you know how big the truck should be that comes to move you. So they also have very nice examples in the hub. So if you want to get to the NIME Community Hub, you just click here, and then you'll see you come to a page like that. And you see the number of workflows and so on. And maybe for those who are interested in machine learning and AI, there are also lots of things in that area available. And for example, here, NIME for Generative AI, if you would like to see a workflow, simple open AI prompt, you can just click on that. That's how the workflows in NIME look like. It's here. You can simply drag and drop it into your workspace and use it. And on the hub, then these nodes are all specified and the whole extensions are defined. So you know exactly which extensions you need to extra download in order to make it work and what the external resources are needed for a certain workflow if you would like to use workflows from other people. Okay, so with that, I think I should go away from my live demo and back to the slides. NIME can do a lot, and it can help us in many different ways. So we've noticed there's interest in NIME some years ago, and then we organized in winter 2023 the first workshop on NIME. And we decided now to repeat this workshop and make it even a little bit bigger. So if you're interested, June 11th at 9 o'clock in G3, we will start. And there will be Alice and Greg Landrum, who will be teaching you how to use NIME. And the program is as follows. We'll do a first very basic stuff in the beginning for 1 hour. Then it's going to be a coffee break. And afterwards, it's all going to be hands-on. So one will build a data pipeline, look at different functionalities and so on and so forth. And in the afternoon, even a little bit more advanced. So this is now the first announcement of the workshop. We didn't do it yet because we're still figuring details of the program, so its email hasn't go out yet, but the registration is already open. And the registration link is now also in chat if you would like to register for that. I hope to see you then there. I think this is going to be a very nice event again. And the coffee lecture card, in case you like, it's also, the link is also in the chat. With that, I thank you for your attention. I would like to invite you to our next coffee lecture, which is again going to be given by me, but on a different topic, and that is how to access crystal structure in Cambridge Structural Database using Web CSV portal. Yeah, thank you, and I'm open for questions.